Eclectic Treasure Hunter, and I am joined today with my beautiful daughters, Miranda and Rachel. They are here to help me do a little twist on the haul video. It's going to be a haul video slash thrill of the thrift mystery box. What did I get? And what I'm hoping to got was a Holt Howard coffee mug. So we're going to dig into these two boxes in front of me and see if I got lucky on a mystery box purchase from an estate sale I bought online. And the only thing in the picture on this online auction was this box, and all I could see was in the corner of the picture was this corner of this coffee mug. Now cameras are always difficult. There we go. So I got to see half of this dude's face when I was bidding on it. So the rest of it is all, as you see, boxed and bagged, and it was just a chance. So we're going to stop this video, and my lovely daughters are going to do an unboxing without unwrapping so we can speed this video up, and we're going to take you along with us and see what we got. So cross our fingers for Holt Howard.
And we're live. And you don't have to go fast, you can go slow.
Okay, now that the lovely assistants were so kind to get all this out on the table, Holt Howard is one of the first production people of the Christmas kitsch or the kitschy stuff. And you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, Miranda, but I think they started in 1958. It was two brothers and a friend from college started a business.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of the ones that were the pioneers behind the modern day coffee mug. Before that, a coffee mug really wasn't a thing. And when they brought out their mugs, they were without saucers. So that kind of started a whole new trend of a beverage ware that wasn't utilized that much before. So that was kind of an interesting thing. So thanks to them, they kind of brought around the whole coffee mug industry.
And it was a very big shock in Europe and in Canada, where teas and saucers were mainstream. It was a huge shell shock for those two countries, but us Americans were like, we're here for it.
Yeah, I think we're more utilitarian a lot of times, you know, the less stuff we have to wash, you know, and I'm all about that. So thanks to them, we got the coffee mug. Now, there are several other companies that had their own lines of Christmas kitsch or kitsch, and they're equally as collectible. I'm not saying Holt Howard is the one and only. They're all very collectible. I like a lot of things from Left and Napco, where, you know, my house shows a lot of variety in manufacturers. But since I have so many collections of so many things, and eclectic, I live up to that name, I kind of want to zero in. I don't have any Santa coffee mugs that I've collected. So I thought, well, I can't get them all. And so I kind of zeroed in on the Holt Howard, Winking Santa, or what I really would like to hit on is the Starry-Eyed Santa. I think I want to collect the Starry-Eyed Santa. So that's what my ultimate, if I found one of those in here, I would be like ecstatic. So we'll see where this trip goes. You have some other people that made similar, very similar to the Winking Santa. What were some of those other companies?
Some of the common ones was Commodore, Lefton, of course. The Lego imports, Lipper and Man, and Napco were like some big Santa influences.
Yeah, and they all have really cute mugs as well. Now, part of my, and if you've watched any of my other videos, I probably say this so many times, reference books, reference books, reference books. But they can be expensive. So again, I buy all my reference books used. And this one was listed as used, and I don't know if you can see it very well, but when I bought it, I don't think the spine had been cracked. This was brand new, and it was listed as very good condition. So they do list conditions on these, and they are supposed to, like with anything, mention if there's any tears or written thing. And this was pristine, and I bought it used. So I cannot express that enough. You don't have to always spend a fortune on or get brand new when it comes to reference books. Now this was another one I thought was really fun. Oops. And this is called Kishmas Land. This is by Travis Smith, and I enjoyed going through this. Now, it was basically all about the 1950s to the 1970s. Really fun book. A lot of the 50s through 70s decor was in here besides the Kitschmas. And it had a really nice, some really nice pictures in here of all kinds of Christmas decor, but it has, and I did put a marker here, it has quite a few really good pictures of the starry-eyed Santa. I love that tray.
That is a really dynamic looking tray.
It's really cute. But the starry-eyed Santa, I think he's really cute. Has just that whimsical look. The beard does that swoop down.
Has a very bewitched type.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Ah.
So if I can pinpoint, I think, oh, here's some more salt and pepper, I think. And so this was a fun book to look through. It had some really it's a second edition by Walter Dworkin. And I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right, but this is a really good resource. He explains a lot of the history of the Holt Howard Company, and also goes in pretty good detail about the other companies, and he calls them copycats, and some of them probably are exactly copycats because they all did that. And it wasn't just this type of, your pottery companies, your glass companies.
Mm-hmm.
They all went after the same. If something was hot, they were going to make something similar to. Really great Christmas kitsch, and picking up some of that. I tagged here. Here's the big starry-eyed Santa. I'd really like to find some of that. So we'll see. You can see. Now, before we start this unwrapping, this mystery haul, what are the markings? What to tell if it's a Holt Howard? What did you find?
What I was finding is a Holt Howard is identified most of their Santa mugs with an ink stamp and a copyright date, and it has their company name or the initials. And then also you have the foil label. Mark Japan is always a big one, but I have some reference ones that are good photos for this. These are always there we go.
Now you know what it's like trying to hold stuff up in front of the camera.
So see, it says the copyright, the year, and the company name, and then on this top one it has the little foil stamp right there on top of also the Holt Howard.
And there were several different foil stamps used.
Oh yeah. And this foil stamp does have a HH and then Japan, so that does help a lot more in the identification.
I was trying to think, there was something in this book about identification too, so if it helps you. Holt Howard, I believe, was one of the best ones of marking their products, so that hopefully will make things easier. But as everyone knows, stickers don't always last through the years, and with some of the copycatting going on, it's kind of hard to tell who made what, if we don't have the proper identification.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to run through the different Holt Howard collections of Santa mugs?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
See, she did her homework. I'm the fly by the seat of their pants gal. This is the very organized daughter that does her homework and is prepared.
Well, I have to mark it up for I just graduated from Purdue University in May. So I'm still pretty in touch with my research that I do.
Boiler up!
Hammer down! But it's the Holt Howard collections started in the 50s, and the first one was the Winking Santa that we're looking for, and a lot of these mugs were based off of. And that was 1958 is when they were first introduced. The second one is Merry Whiskers. It was also introduced in 1959. And then the one that Mom's looking for is the Starry-Eyed Santa, which was also introduced in 1959.
I was trying to show him some of the other mugs.
Oh.
Wasn't trying to hog the starry-eyed spotlight.
Uh-huh. And then the Gold-Eyed Santa that was also introduced in 1959. And Cloud Santa, introduced in 1967, and then after during that whole time, they also start introducing other type of Santa mugs. They're still mugs, but they're used for more than just adults. So we have the children's the children's double-handled Santa mugs.
Oh, cute. I've never seen one of those.
Yeah, they were introduced in 1963. And then the mini Santa mugs, they're like itty-bitty, and a lot of them were used as like gift favors for Christmas parties and put like little toothpicks in.
Shot glasses.
And they were marketed as shot glasses too.
Yes.
And these were nicknamed the Mug Lights.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Mug lights.
And so that is a rundown of the Holt Howard collection, multiple collection of Santas.
Oh yeah, they ran with it for sure. Yeah. And who's to blame them? It was so popular. They really had a grand slam on that coffee mug, Santa mug. So I'm excited. Let's see what the mystery is. Okay, we are ready to start unwrapping, and I'm going to unwrap. Miranda's going to help me look at these and hopefully identify since she's done such a great job doing some research. Had you ever known about the Santa Claus mugs before I said I want some help with this video?
Nope.
Whole new thing.
That's why I did my research too. I was like, oh, this is not my YouTube channel.
So, what we got here? Well, it's got a price tag on the bottom of it, but it may have been, okay, careful, because that's actually a Japan
foil,
sticker
yeah.
underneath there. So there's the first one. That is pretty cute. I like that. Maybe
I
my
like
dark
the-
sleeve.
Yeah, I like the little wisp that it has in the hat.
Now, if you look close under that sticker, I recognize it has an oval Japan sticker. So I would say that's not a Holt Howard. So we didn't come out of the gate swinging, but it is a vintage Santa mug, and it's a very cute one.
It's a very happy
cute
one.
Very happy
Yes.
one. I like that one. I'm just going to be tossing these on the ground. Sorry to bother somebody, but I'm the one that has to pick it up later, so.
I'm leaving after this.
And now this one is very similar to that one.
Yeah. It has some flocking in the hat. The black.
And there's no mark at all on this.
And his eyes are shut too. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. There's some that are winking, some their eyes are open, some are shut. I don't know if it's just because it wasn't painted.
Yeah.
It probably just wasn't.
Because the nose is faded and the
I don't
lips
think
faded. There's blush.
Well, you know
the
how
eyes.
the cold paint comes off, but that does not look like cold paint.
No.
So I And I don't know anything about this estate other than she was a professor of art at Purdue University. She taught art and she made art, obviously, most of them do. She had some art installations. One I think I saw a picture of, and she used toys
Oh.
in it. So her whole basement was nothing but toys. Now she did have kids, but all her kids were grown. So all these toys in her basement were, I think, for her art and stuff. And I saw one coffee table that she had in her house when I was in there picking this up. Was like a shadow box, and it had all these game pieces and stuff in it. It was really cool.
Cute. Yeah.
But I don't know if she actually collected these mugs herself,
Or it was for art exhibit.
if it was for, she picked up all these and they were for some sort of art thing. So I have no idea why she had all these Santa mugs. No, that was not. It's cute, but I'm.
Yep, it's from the store.
It's definitely an early one because it says
modern.
It does say hand wash, which is good because they knew. But it was do not place in a dishwasher. So this one is a newer one, but definitely, I think, those things are really hard to clean up.
Oh yeah.
And I think to actually use these things anymore, it's just.
Exactly. And I was reading while I was doing my research, there were blog posts that I was, ooh.
Well, it just looks more handmade to me.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping we can we'll get maybe some close-ups of some, but no markings on it. But definitely not a Holt Howard or any of the others that I recognize, but I can't say as I've looked into a lot of the others either.
And it's a rhinestone eye.
Oh yeah, it had the rhinestone eye. That's what caught my attention.
I would definitely think from the imperfections that it's probably handmade.
Well, like this. No, I was looking at this one. Sorry. I don't know. Japan got pretty wonky in a lot of their painting, and they were putting this stuff out massive amounts, and so anybody who gets the made from Japan knows that it got some. And this one, I believe, is actually a homemade because there's a date 1959 scribed in here, and it looks like maybe initials.
Yeah,
do you see that?
A P and a C.
P and a C.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It says April 19th, 1959. We got to catch the light just right on it.
Oh.
So this looks like a homemade piece, and I am not artistic at all, but the Santa's seen things. The Santa's seen things. No, it's more like
mortified.
More like, what did I just walk into when I delivered these presents?
He's like, I'm going back up the chimney.
Or these cookies are. Yeah. Oh my. Okay, so when they were unwrapping, I was not really in the room. I walked in here once, but I didn't look at anything. And she mentioned something that. Well, how did you put it?
I would call it nightmare fuel.
That's what she said. She was, I found some nightmare fuel. Okay. We'll probably have to get a close-up of this one later.
Yeah, because it is a big one. It is something.
And the eye it's a winking eye one, which that's kind of cool.
It's
you gotta admit that's kind of cool.
But it looks like it's the. You want to say what it is?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. The eye is one of those holographic eyes, so as you tilt it, it closes and then it opens. And so it's kind of creepy, but it's a...
Made in Japan, and it says Commodore, right?
Yes, it's a Commodore.
It's a Commodore, so that's kind of cool. Here, have the winker.
We have the winker.
Have the winker. That's cute. Now that one, even though it's not the whole hour, and I said I have to watch what I collect, that's pretty darn cute. Now these are not wrapped up, so I'm just gonna lift these up.
Mm-hmm.
These, somebody had candles in them, and I don't know what else. Oh, Japan though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap! I just looked at
These are the mug lights. They're the little mug lights by Howard. And they have candles in them.
Oh my goodness, I was a Japan sticker, and I'm like, oh, HH!
Stop talking. And that is.
Even the dogs got excited. Oh my god, that's
perfect
hilarious.
representation of the foil stamp. It has a HH and a Japan, and it is red and silver. The perfect marking.
And they're in really good shape.
They are. They're gorgeous.
I'm not thrilled that they have candle crap in them.
That's gonna be fun.
Anybody who has to clean candle stuff out of stuff will relate to this not being heavy, but I'm ecstatic. I've got mug lights, and I'm definitely keeping the mug lights. I mean, even though they're not starry-eyed Santas, I love barware stuff. I'm all about that. Oh my god, we got a whole hour! We're not even halfway into it. Not even a scratch.
No,
really.
we're not even a quarter.
You smug. You saw that.
Oh yeah. It was in my box. It wasn't even in Rachel's box.
Oh my gosh.
I'm talented.
She is talented. By the way, she has her own business called Crone by Design, and she does custom-made embroidery work. She does applications on mugs that she can customize. She can do stickers. She's very talented. So, Crone by Design.
And then, like, with the hand embroidery, it is hand embroidery.
Yes.
I do not use machines. I'm going into 15 years into embroidery.
She's so old, too, you know.
Shut it.
4-H.
Yes, 10 years of 4-H. I learned from my grandma, which is your
My
mom.
mom.
And it was a very funny story as she taught me. I'm left-handed. I'm the only one in our family left-handed. And my grandma's right-handed, and so we had a whole deal of learning embroidery, but from the right-handed perspective, trying to translate to the left-handed perspective. And now, 14 years later, I'm trying to get her to teach me how to crochet. We'll see how long that takes.
Yeah. But gorgeous. Both my mom and Miranda do amazing work. I mean, very precise, just beautiful work. So,
Thank you,
anyway.
Mom.
You're welcome. I'm not just like,
Hello.
she's like, I want to get into these. I've got her interest peaked.
Yes.
What do you got?
Oh.
Now, see, that looks like that one right there.
This one?
Yeah. Look at it.
It does have the texture, and it only has a little bit of eyelashes left.
So it's kind of interesting, like, I don't know.
And this one has
That
absolutely
one has
no marks.
no mark on it.
Like, this one has a little S, but this one has nothing.
Yeah, I wish I would have known the story behind her.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought it was a good oh my.
Oh, Ruth. December of '62.
She was going through a phase.
Oh my.
Goodness.
You know, maybe it wasn't her necessarily. It was the design of this mug was not the best. He might do a better job holding this up. I don't know. That was. No, that one's a little scary-ish. I'm not. Sorry, Ruth. But
looks
I
like
tell
a-
you, I'll give you my opinion whether you know. I
He
don't
looks-
unless somebody asks me. Generally, I mean, I'm not just going to go up to somebody and say,
You suck.
Not really suck.
It just looks like a very stern Santa. He's not elfing around anymore.
Now this guy's elfing around.
He's jolly.
He is a
Oh,
jolly.
it's a double face. Look at that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, how cute.
That is very interesting.
Here, you can hold that one up. It's got a big crack in it, though. How sad.
Yeah.
How sad. I don't know. Since he's a double face, I might have to keep him too.
Look at those faces.
I mean, it's not like I can sell him. He's got a huge crack going down the side of him.
Exactly.
And by the way, I have an eBay store, Eclectic Treasure Hunter, and if you see anything in this video that I'm not going to keep, send me a comment. I am on Instagram, Eclectic Treasure Hunter 1 on Instagram. Email is eclectictreasurehunter@gmail.com. And, you know, if you see some of my other videos and see something you like, let me know. Chances are it may still have it, or it may be on my eBay store.
A very sad creature. A shell of a man.
I'm ecstatic I found those too.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right off
if
the
I don't
bat.
find any more, you know, I'm happy.
Very happy man.
Here's another happy Santa.
Well, losing
And
some
this
color.
very much in the same style as those.
Yes, it is.
So,
It might be a class work.
might be. Oh, this one had something and
double.
something. Something and something. And again, ooh,
I'll take the little one.
I don't like.
Oh, it's the same
No,
type of style.
okay. This has the same style, but this one is stamped Japan.
Oh,
It does have the Japan.
it does say
stamping.
Japan. And it has another emblem.
Yeah, I don't
Sketch
recognize
as
that
well.
emblem. But, ooh, its eyes are a little.
A little scary. A little bloodshot.
Something.
He had a long Christmas.
It was the day after Christmas. What is that?
Well, it was a little one, but I believe it's a little modern one.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's quite a bit different from this.
Yeah.
You got, I mean, compare them. Pull up the
Yeah.
other one.
Like, this
I
is
mean,
a
Holt Howard
sturdy-
is adorable.
Yeah.
That is adorable. You're going to have to do some close-up pictures for me. No, I bet. Later.
I'll shove it in there.
We'll take some pictures and maybe insert them.
Yes.
All right, what's over here before I knock it off the edge of the table? Oh, he's
Aw.
cute. No markings, but it's similar design as some of the others.
Mm-hmm.
Doo-doo.
Very
Oh,
happy
this
man.
one's. Oh, this was the one that was in the top of that box, and when I got there, I do like how he's painted. I think they did a good job with that, but there's no markings on him.
No markings.
No markings.
And I have a little clean one, but it looks like a store-bought one. Very bland looking man.
Now this one has a nice paint job, similar to several of the others we've unboxed. Better paint job though.
Mm-hmm.
No markings on the bottom. Oh, this one has a different feel to it. This one sounds a little different. It's a big boy. Oh, it's another one of those bigger ones, but it's got
Yeah.
green. I kind of like that it has green. I wish one of these would be marked.
Yeah,
We got a green handled one. I like.
there we go. My
They're
color's a
different.
very green color.
You like green. Well, that's different.
Well.
Well, we know what that is.
It's a little Avon, but it looks like a little creamer, maybe?
Yeah, I would say it's a
A little
creamer.
creamer picture.
It's pretty cute. He
Yeah.
looks like a 1983. What do we got here? And this is, well, it does have
It is a Santa mug.
and it's got some weight to it.
It looks
and it says
heavy.
USA.
Do you think it could be one of our more modern?
It looks. I'm trying to see if there's crazing. There is a lot of crazing in this. So it's an older one. I don't know who it is. There's a lot of pottery. So I actually really.
This could
Why
be
is
something.
cameras so high? Why? This could be. I don't know. I don't know who made these, but I like it.
Yeah, it could have been like just a happy little fellow. No
That somebody
markings.
found at Goodwill.
Yeah. Don't know for how much.
So okay, that came from Goodwill. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I have another little one.
Oh.
Aw, but it's it looks older though. Okay. What does that say?
Christmas novelty Japan.
Well, it's definitely a little Japan, and it's definitely a little novelty. Very cute.
Very cute.
Maybe I'll do miniatures on these old ones. You know.
Yeah.
Like a little miniature display.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that winker. I
winker.
love
The winker, you're keeping the winker?
I'm going to freak you out every... Alright, what do you got?
Well, I was thinking how you were saying of making a little display with all these little guys. Is I was reading while I was doing my research a lot of blog posts.
I was reading.
A lot of blog posts that they were talking about inspiration that they've seen people use Santa mugs as Christmas decorations, and they would put these in their trees. And so you could put
cute.
like the little shot glasses on a little miniature tree.
Oh, that
as
would
a
be
little
cute.
display.
I like that idea.
Of course, not the Holt Howard ones.
No.
Maybe the more modern ones.
Yeah. That's a cute idea.
Yeah. I thought that was really cute.
Somebody asked in one of my other videos if I would show my dogs sometime. This is one of them. Her name's Zoe. She's a West Highland Terrier. She had a kind of a hairdo job recently, so she's an older gal.
She's been through the cancer ringer a few times.
Yeah, 2 different cancers. You know, she's been through a lot.
Lost a couple.
There's a good shot. She's finally
Yeah,
looking
there we
up.
go.
So now she's had her introduction, and the other one, I don't know where she's at. She'll make a debut sometime here. So there's her debut. She's the one that barks at the squirrels all the time.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Oh my.
It's another design we've been seeing, but lost a lot of paint this time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mass Santa.
Does that have a marking on the bottom of that one?
No marking.
Oh, and it has, actually the bottom is different than the ones that are similar to that.
Yeah. But
it looks like maybe something had been there.
yeah, maybe like it looks like a stamp for like 89 maybe.
Well, we have another one of these bigger dudes.
There's a bigger dude.
Bigger dude.
Back to the red.
Back to the red. Maybe we should pick from this side.
Yeah, now you have a whole set of them.
Oh my, yes. There's like 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 of these. Yep. Alright, you pick.
Thank you. Oh. Fish.
Oh, a green one. It looks modern.
Yeah. Looks like maybe for like candlesticks or something.
Maybe.
But very textured.
Yeah. I like but it just has that modern
look to it.
Almost a bisque feel, which I'm not a fan of bisque, but it's cute. Who would have known all these mugs in this box, and we're still unwrapping.
Oh yeah.
That looks like a big one.
I know. If I can find it.
Oh wow.
That's on another level of Santa mugs.
That's a Santa. Hello, Chris Kringle.
Hello. No markings.
Well, you know, plaid, it's kind of plaidish, a little bit plaidish. That's kind of in right now. Any markings on the bottom?
No markings.
I'd say probably modern. Good.
Very hefty.
Or, yeah, I'd say modern. More modern. Okay, we had to pause that for a minute because there was a squirrel intermission. And while we paused it, I found my little Minnie. She's a Yorkie, and she's she's acting all shy. I'm trying to look at the camera. Perk your ears up. Now she's an older lady too. Both of these are rescue dogs. I highly recommend finding homes for rescue dogs. They need their homes too. These were 2 older ladies from 2 different places. This one here unfortunately has lymphoma, and she has a rather aggressive form of it. That's, with her age and everything, there's really not much we can do treatment wise for her. So her name's Zelda, and she acts like she's all timid and scared, but believe me, she is probably the lion. I mean, she will try to take on a Doberman Pinscher if she could. She just has no fear of other dogs, no matter what their size of her. There's a Great Dane in the neighborhood that she just wants to rip his face off. So you know, don't let the size fool you. She's got a courageous little heart in her. So, but, yep, that's Zelda. So that's the two. And then my daughter has a West Highland Terrier that comes over frequently, and you'll sometimes hear him in the background as well, carrying on with the dogs.
And we've had him since he was a puppy. He's now 7 years old.
7.
7.
Yep.
Yep.
Quite the character as well. I think the West Highland Terriers are a lot of drama, but they are hilarious.
Full of personality.
Yes. And she's full of personality too, but she's a little around people she's way more laid back. Around other dogs, then she's a berserker. But all right. So here, we'll put you back down so you can go hide again or whatever you were doing. Because Zoe will get jealous if you're up here and she's not. All right.
I love dog jealousy.
Yeah. All right. It's real. Just like kids.
Hey now. Okay, back to the unwrapping.
Yes.
This is just probably a store-bought. The sticker residue everywhere.
I don't know. And these could have come from a reseller booth or a reseller. I get a lot of lots like that look like they were from a booth or whatever. But this little one's cute, and I would say it's older because there's quite a bit of crazing in it, but there's no mark.
A very jolly Winky.
Yeah, he's winking.
Yeah.
Winking.
He's
That's
actually
probably
winking.
how many actual winking Santas have you seen
Not
in
many.
this?
Yeah, not
So
many.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. He's actually winking.
Some of them are just...
Can you wink? No, you can wink. I don't think Rachel can wink.
Oh. Can you wink?
Not very well.
Try to wink at the camera.
Kinda. I feel like my whole face is like scrunching up.
Yeah, you kinda.
Popeye. Just the same old. Nothing too exciting. You probably cut these pieces out. Who knows? At the very top of the box that I saw when I first bid, I laid down a bid on this, and I was going to look at how much I paid for these 2 boxes. I don't think anybody bid against me. I think it was $5. I think I paid $5 for all these. So I'm ecstatic because I got a Holt Howard. Who pays $5 for 2 these Holt Howards? And I wonder how many of those are really circulating because you know they were so small that they probably
thrown out, given away as gifts.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the funny part is we have a Commodore, 2 Holt Howards, a possible 3rd Holt Howard, and then of course the Avon. I'm just throwing it in there since it is, you know,
some people
name.
call it Avon. You know.
Exactly. But in those, the Commodore and the Holt Howards were on the top of the box, which is pretty funny, I think.
Is it were they?
Yeah.
You saw them in boxes, so.
This is a hefty dude, and there's a little one too.
Ooh, is there?
Yeah.
Is there another letter one?
I would love that. But no, nothing crazy it looks like.
Crazy.
But a very gentleman look.
I like kind of the all white with just a
Yeah.
little flesh look. I kind of like that. Oh, we got a winker, and he's cool looking. No markings, but I do like his face. Look at that jolly dude. Okay, that looks about right. There we
Oh,
go.
thanks. Thanks. Put it
But
against
look
you.
at it. Look at his mouth, though.
He's a-
I didn't really see that. His mouth is like,
Oh,
you want what, kid? A PS2? Oh, you're full of it.
Oh. It's
That
a
one's
little
cute.
dude, but maybe a homemade piece. It's pretty rough on the bottom.
And it's hard telling with some of these.
Yeah.
But he's cute. I'm keeping those little
Pretty
ones.
cute one.
They're going to be cute. Ooh, this is kind of like that one. That one.
It looks like there might be 2 in here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but a different handle
Oh,
to
it's
this
different
guy.
handle.
But it's the same print, different handle, and has a little edging on the top.
Does it say USA on the bottom?
Still USA.
USA. I kind of like, I'm digging those. Those are kind of that more,
Modern but sophisticated.
yeah. I don't
It's
know.
not
I think
as
they're
kitschy.
old. I think
Yeah.
they're old for sure.
Yeah, but it doesn't have like the kitschy feel of
that's
like
it.
of
It's
this.
not as kitschy as.
Yeah.
I do like the face on these.
Yeah.
He's got a really good face. Good face. Good face. Where's the other one?
The other one.
Yeah, this one's a lot plainer as far as the.
Yeah. The handle's
Handle and all
different,
that.
and the picture takes up more of the.
Yeah. I like it.
Okay, this one has some sad news since it has a little crack. Yeah, inside and outside, but it is a two-faced Santa.
I love that. I love the two faces.
He's winking, like it had like.
And
more
he's
paint.
winking.
Yeah, and it's a Lipper and Man.
Oh, cool.
And Lipper and Man Ceramics, Creations, Japan.
That's a score.
Yes,
Even cracked.
Even cracked.
You know, I feel like my Santa Claus cup collection is going to go beyond what I'm telling myself.
Well, you gotta salvage.
I mean, he's cracked.
You gotta
what am I
save
going to
him.
do?
Exactly.
I can't sell him.
Yeah, you're not gonna throw this away.
And I'm not throwing it away.
And you're not taking.
One of the books that, you know, several of these companies were making. We're making things for, you know, I'm just using this as an example. They were making things for Holt Howard. They were making things for Lipper and Man. They were, you know, so some of these companies were making for multiple companies. So, I mean, I think they tried to get their own distributors, but I remember something with, I think it was Holt Howard said that one of their suppliers couldn't keep up with demand, so they had to, and I could be mixing this up with another company, so they had to get another supplier. So there were differences between the two items. I think it was the Cozy Kittens, which is a big line of Holt Howard. And so there was a slight difference between the Cozy Kittens, and a lot of people were like, oh, well, that's a knockoff. And they had to come back and say, no, this is actually Holt Howard, but this came from this factory and this one came from this factory. So, but they didn't have exact molds or whatever. So anyway, so that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Ooh, he's got some loss of paint and some very disturbing eyes.
Very green.
What was that?
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No, I don't.
Why don't you like that? What was that movie? Krampus?
Oh.
Krampus.
You're evil.
He looks old though. He's got some crazy going on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No markings about him. All right. Take your cup.
Take your cup.
Take your cup. Which one's going to be my last one? This one. We'll see. I don't know.
Aw. This is another one again, but different mark.
Japan mark, but it's different.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute. It's a winker.
Yeah, he's a winker.
A winker. All right. Some cracking.
Major cracking.
He's got a cute face. All right, we're down to the last one. Now, before I unwrap this, I have to say I feel like it's a win for me because there's some really cute ones in here, and ultimately I did get a Holt Howard, so I'm ecstatic. I think a $5 deal on that is I more than made up for it. And even if I don't have anything for resale, I've got some stuff I'm going to keep and collect, so it's been fun. And the best part of this is I've got to share this little haul, Thrill of the Thrift mystery box with my daughters. Thank you for helping me and doing some research and really digging into it. So
it was a lot of fun.
That made my heart just soft, fuzzy, and warm. So again, if you get a chance, Chrome by Design. She's very talented and, you know, very proud of her. So
thank you, Mom.
All right, so we're down to the last one.
Okay.
We only got that one little letter one. Okay, now he's got that stitching that I think we kind of started out with. Well, no, I guess not.
No.
He's kind of like this little one that has the little stitching.
Yeah.
But his wasn't painted. No marking. So sorry that the conclusion is a little anticlimactic, but
Yeah. And
It was fun.
our start was very climatic.
we started off
Yeah, huge.
smoking.
Yeah.
Smoking.
Look at these little ones.
I think these were definitely the star of the show, and then that one is
The
definitely
Commodore.
a cool piece to find. So please, if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. And if you want to comment on anything, if you want to share any of your strokes of luck of finding any of those Holt Howard or any of the other very collectible.
I was gonna ask you in the mist, but we got too caught up in our Santa mugs. But while I was researching, I kept finding this phrase, and I was like, this is an interesting phrase. Like, I found it in blogs that were like, people liked collecting the vintage stuff, but then like was able to pass and still get the newer bought things into their collection. So what is your gut reaction to when somebody labels or designs something and labels it vintage inspired?
You know, that really is a hard question because and this actually is something I've been thinking about a lot lately, because there's some really cute vintage inspired stuff at Target. Those little deer that are everybody goes gaga over. I am not a set in stone. I mean, with the name eclectic, I really can't be. But I prefer to have the vintage, and more because I like thinking that I'm actually saving something, saving yeah, they're kitschy. They were very inexpensive when they were first brought out, but it's just, we've got so much that goes into the landfills, and it's just nice to save the old stuff. Okay, now will I buy some of the newer stuff? Yeah, probably. I don't know if that's answering your question, but I feel like I lean more into the traditional vintage and want to keep the vintage, and I really avoid Target as much as possible. I like Target in a lot of ways, but I just feel like for decor and everything, there's such cool stuff out there that needs to be saved.